to the chat. What's up, everyone? Just give me a second. Just got to post some of this stuff. How we feeling? Merry Christmas, everyone. How are we feeling, man? Kevin Kiermaier is back with the Toronto Blue Jays. A signing that, honestly, it's a nothing burger for me personally. In terms of just, did the Jays get better today? Sure. Obviously. I mean, if it wasn't Kiermaier playing, it was Nathan Lucas. But I will say this, though. If this is the only signing we get for a while, you hate to see it. I'll be miserable. So I want to make that clear. Do I think this is it? No. Hey, YJs. Do I think this is it for the Toronto Blue Jays? No. Obviously, we need a power bat. We can't run it back with this offense. But there's tons of positives here with the Kevin Kiermaier signing. One, we got a Gold Glove defender who was obviously a good fielder, a good hitter last year, competent hitter for a Gold Glove, aging guy. It's a 1-year deal. I don't know how I feel about the fact that this is all we've had so far this offseason is fucking Kevin Kiermaier signing back with the Toronto Blue Jays. But I'm not going to get greedy. We're begging for signings, and that's what we got. And I will say this, though. Jays get JD Martinez or Jorge Soler. I've talked myself out, and so has YJs. I've talked myself out of Jorge Soler, and I've talked myself out of Teo. Obviously, Teo struck out a fucking million times last year. I don't want to watch that. But yeah, there's tons of things, positives to look at this. Obviously, Kevin Kiermaier rocks. Everyone in the clubhouse loves him. Seems like a great guy. Gurriel re-signed the Diamondbacks. When did I say Gurriel? Did I say Gurriel? Did I say Gurriel, chat? I don't think I said Gurriel. Yeah, I never said Gurriel. I don't know what the fuck this dude's talking about, but that's fine. Oh, he's talking to someone in the chat. Yeah, I don't want Teoscar Hernandez, or as Buck Martinez says, Teoscar Hernandez. I don't want Teo. I don't know if I really want Jorge Soler, to be honest with you, just solely based on the fact that Jorge Soler is so dog shit at fielding. It is absolutely insane how bad he is. Just look at I think Chris Black tweeted it, of Jorge Soler playing in the outfield. I mean, this dude is absolutely terrible fielding-wise. But I will say this, though. JD Martinez does it for me. JD Martinez gets me horny, okay? I'll say it. Someone's going to clip that. But JD Martinez gets me horny as fuck. Rhys Hoskins does it for me. I just want a power bat that the Toronto Blue Jays can get that is going to make me be like, let's watch his highlights of him just hitting fucking nukes for an endless amount of hours. That's what I want. And if the Jays could do that for me, if Ross could do that for me, sign me the fuck up, man. I don't know how to do a poll in the chat, so I won't be able to make that. But who does everyone want? Between Rhys Hoskins, JD Martinez, I think that's kind of a dumb question by me. That's bad podcasting. But I do want JD Martinez so fucking bad. And I know you guys listened to the last podcast. Bassett talked about how good he was, how awesome JD Martinez is, especially for the young guys. I would love JD. And JD Martinez is not a power bat. What? He had 33 bombs last year and he's 100 years old, dude. What are you talking about? Learn ball. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't, and there has been a tweet that said that the Jays getting Kevin Kiermaier does not eliminate them from the Cody Bellinger sweepstakes. Hoskins injured. Yeah, Hoskins was injured last year, so contract will be obviously nothing. But Justin Turner. Daniel, what are you fucking talking? I'm going to stop you to death, you dumb fucking moron. JD Martinez. Let's start Daniel to death. Let's take Daniel to fucking school. Let's take Daniel to school, everyone. Let's show the screen. Let's show the fucking screen to Daniel here. JD Martinez hit 33 home runs last year, which would have led the Toronto Blue Jays by 5. How the fuck are you saying this guy's not a power bat, Daniel? How are you saying this guy is not a power bat? He would have led the Jays by 1,000,000 fucking home runs last year, and you're saying he's not a power bat. He also hit 271. You're talking like this guy's Pete Rose, an average hitter. What are you talking about? You're talking like he's Luis Arias. He hit 33 home runs last year, led the Jays, and he's 100 years old. Are you fucking I'm not even going to get in this argument. I can't. This guy's so dumb. But yeah, that's the moral of the story. The moral of the story is this fucking camera is going to make me lose my fucking mind, man. Dealing with dumb idiots named Daniel in the chat. Oh my God, I'm going to lose it. And yeah, JD Martinez, if you say the word Bauer, you're kicked from the chat. Okay? This is a true circle. We're celebrating Kevin Kiermaier. Okay? Kevin Kiermaier's back. Was he awesome to watch in center field last year? 1,000,000 fucking percent. He was. He was awesome to watch in center last year. I don't know why we have these loser posters all over social media. Oh, this is it for the Jays. I don't like the direction of the team. It's Kevin Kiermaier. Did you want Nathan Lucas starting in the outfield last year? Would that have made you happy? Because Nathan Lucas, no offense, is dog shit. No offense. But yeah, listen, Kevin Kiermaier rocks. Every single guy I've talked to that played with him loves Kevin Kiermaier. It's $10 million. All right? That's pocket change for Rogers. Okay, it's pocket change for me. But I'm excited for Kevin Kiermaier back. And now let's get a dog shit fielder. Let's get a dog shit fielder that rakes. Yeah, some people would rather Michael A. Taylor. Send Michael A. Taylor to the moon. I don't give a fuck about Michael A. Taylor. Fuck him. We got Kevin Kiermaier. He's hotter. Kevin Kiermaier is hotter. No, I know. Soler would be a great DH. Just every year Soler has been good, has been a contract year. I'm scared if the Jays get a Jorge Soler, he's going to turn into a Varsho potato and just forget how to hit baseballs. But yeah, it's JD. Listen, this is my top 5 list of free agents. This is not guys we can obviously trade for. JD Martinez 1. Okay, Daniel's kicked. I can't with this guy. You're done. You're done. You fucking dumb idiot. Aaron Hicks. JD Martinez is 1, right? Can everyone agree on that? Can everyone agree that JD Martinez is number 1? That's the number 1 power bat that we want. Is JD Martinez? Oh, free agency, obviously. Is that the guy? Because JD Martinez for me makes me rock hard just thinking about him. Yeah, it's JD Martinez for a DH, man. His swing fucking rocks. His swing rocks. I want JD. I want Iguodala. I want JD Martinez 1. Maybe a Rhys Hoskins. I don't know. Rhys Hoskins, Jorge Soler. There's tons of guys that I do want. Justin Turner maybe to play third. But listen, hey, you know what? Let's have a true circle here. How hard are we going to cope and talk ourselves? My camera again. I want to fucking lose it. How hard are we going to cope? Thank you, Brian. How hard are we going to cope when Matt Chapman is signed back here? Are we going to cope like crazy? Because I will. I'll be spin zoning it. I'm going to fucking lose it on this fucking camera, man. All right. I'm going to lose it on this camera. This thing's pissing me the fuck off. I'm going to fucking lose it on this camera. Anyways, listen. Matt Chapman. Jays get him back. They get what? 4-win player, 3-win player. Can he hit? No. And can I talk myself into watching the dog shit at bats that Matt Chapman has day in and day out? I don't think I can. But am I going to have to? I probably am going to have to talk myself into Matty Chapsticks. But I don't think Ross Atkins is dumb enough to run it back with this offense. But the thing is here, listen to this. Whit Merrifield was an all-star last year. But listen to this, everyone. Let me tell you this. The Jays could sign goddamn Jesus Christ, and it won't matter if that idiot Vladdy is dog shit, if that idiot Dalton Varsho's dog shit, if fucking Kirk is one of the worst hitters I've ever seen in my life. It won't matter. Because at the end of the day, you could sign anyone, but the big dogs who are supposed to be big dogs, if they're not big dogs, this team's going to be dog shit again. Right? Like, Vladdy last year, 1.1 WAR. How the fuck is that even possible? Like, how is that even possible? But if Vladdy's good next year, none of this is going to matter. None of this is going to matter because you know Bo's going to be good next year. And obviously, even Springer was kind of dog shit last year. No offense. Yeah, but the thing about Vladdy is I kind of want my players to be fat, less injuries. Are we worried about Springer declining? Brother, Springer declined all of last year, pretty much. The outfield is going to be probably Varsho again in left, Kiermaier in center, and Springer in right, which is fine. Offensive-wise, Varsho and Springer got to be better. I might have to go in that locker room and talk to them. Springer had a noodle bat last year. And honestly, that is even kind of an understatement. Saying he had a noodle bat would be disrespectful to noodle bats. This motherfucker couldn't hit shit last year. No disrespect, obviously, of course. But Vladdy is the main concern for me. It's Vladdy and Kirk. Because those are the two guys that pretty much led the offense, or I wouldn't say led the offense in 2022 because Vladdy was kind of dog shit in 2022. But you know what? Let's fucking play Kiermaier at first. Let's play Kiermaier at first. I can't, and I will say this to everyone. This is a true circle. I cannot get how bad Vladdy was out of my head. Like, if you look at the double play balls, how bad he was defensively, getting picked off all the fucking time. That Padres pickoff he had last year, that's not talked about enough. Like, last year, Vladdy was just a bum. Like, honestly, he was terrible. And the thing is, if he is a bum again next year, send his ass to fucking Guantanamo Bay because this dude, and I know, I'm pretty sure he came out and said this, and I know coaches and players will probably agree with me on this. This guy doesn't listen to anyone besides his dad. Like, he won't take any direction. And the fact that Vladdy, there is a clip last year of Vladdy saying that he thinks he had a good year. Like, he's having a good year. That goes to show you how fucking delusional this dude is. And I know I will say this, though. He's obviously not going to say he's had a bad year, but you could say that you've underperformed, dude. To come out after statistically your worst year of your career to say, I think I'm having a good year, like I don't listen to the outside. You were dog shit last year, dude. And this isn't a Vladdy rant, but bringing Kiermaier back, obviously, it's bringing me back to 2023 vibes where I hated watching this offense because it made me sick. And it made a lot of you sick, obviously. We got to experience this a lot in the Gate 14 live streams. All over Twitter, we used to see it. But watching this offense last year, I don't know how we can run that back. And I hope they sign a power bat to make me talk into being like, oh, here we go. This team is back. But it's... Fuck. I'm just thinking of watching this team in 2020, this offense last year. Like, who genuinely... Was there an... I don't even know if I could bring this up because I don't know if I can... Oh my God, this camera's gonna make me sick. But anyways, and I don't know if anyone can maybe bring up stats or stuff along those lines, but did anyone remember last year a time span in which this offense was fun to watch? Because for me, I don't remember a time span, like a 2 or 3 week time span, where I watched this offense and I was like, let's fucking go. I'm excited to watch this offense again. It was never the entire offense clicked. What did Jeff Passan tweet? Let me pull it up on stream. Jeff Passan. There's no Jeff Passan tweet. Yeah, I guess maybe the first month. Or honestly, I will say this, and I'm not saying this, he's my guy and a friend of mine. The Davis Schneider stuff made this team so much more fun to watch. Because besides that, honestly, this shit was, I was miserable. The Davis Schneider stuff, the Red Sox series, made it fun. Oh yeah, first game of the year. But the first game of the year, I think we did a joke tweet about this and we talked about it on our episode. It was the Blue Jays, though. There was no home runs that game. Remember? The first game of the year. No, and Chris, listen. I understand the fans. I understand the fans' anger with this offseason. And they have every right to be. We went from Ohtani. To Kevin Kiermaier. But listen, man, I mean, the offseason's not done yet. Ross Atkins is known to make trades. He's been known to obviously trade for guys that we had no idea were available, aka Matt Chapman when he got traded from the Oakland Athletics. But yeah, this offseason so far has been absolutely dog shit. We've really had nothing to talk about. And you can't judge an offseason in December. I mean, we still got 2 months till pitchers and catchers report. I guess maybe a month and a half, you could say. It's a little bit after the Super Bowl. But it's hard to judge this offseason yet. And if you are being loser posting on Twitter and crying about the direction of the team, which I get, you can do, obviously. Everyone has every right to be. You went from Ohtani to Kevin Kiermaier. Just wait till March. Give Ross Atkins a chance. I think Ross Atkins is going to sign a full-time DH. I don't know who it will be. I hope it's fucking JD, and I hope we can drop a pot on your head that the Jays signed JD Martinez. But yeah, I don't know where I don't know where to go from here. I do love Kevin Kiermaier. Everyone loves Kevin Kiermaier. He fucking rocks. He wants to be here. And exactly, man. Look at last year. Like, let's talk about last year. The Mets and the Padres had super teams, and they didn't do fuck all, right? Like, did the Diamondbacks have a good offseason last year? I mean, they got Gurriel Moreno. I guess here come the fucking Atkins haters coming at me. But, like, it's baseball, dude. And what we're going to be relying on is the big dogs to be big dogs next year. And you could blame Atkins all you want. You know who I'm blaming? The motherfuckers on that field. I'm blaming Vladdy. I'm blaming Kirk. I honestly, Willful Jukes, this sounds crazy, and I know the prospect huggers are going to come at me. I would trade every single prospect to walk this planet on the Toronto Blue Jays for competent big league players, or for good big league players. Like, if you can get me a Burns, an Adames, a Luis Robert, fuck them prospects, okay? Fuck the prospects. But yeah, you can't. What we've learned in the game of baseball is you build a super team, it's not going to guarantee you. The core of this team has to. It's not going to guarantee you a playoff success. The core of this team has to produce, and it will fix everything. It was the exact same. That honestly, that's a really good take. That's what I've been saying this entire time. If the core of this team can be the core of this team, then this team is going to be good, and it doesn't matter who's around it. We just need depth pieces. Yeah, trade the entire farm for J-Ram, but J-Ram has a no trade clause. Obviously, his contract is obviously very team friendly, so they're going to have to give up a lot for that. Can the Jays bounce back? Yeah, I remember that. And like I said, in terms of how miserable it was last year, like, we had to watch this team go on a Linsanity dog shit run against the AL East. Have we forgotten about that? I like... This team last year against the AL East made me want to stab my eyes out. Just got absolutely dog walked every fucking game against the AL East. And the Kevin Kiermaier deal is a 1-year thing, man. He's not locked in for a long time. A guy that came off a career year offensively, looked great last year offensively, obviously not at the end. He was a double play merchant. But yeah, it's just like something to kind of hold this team over and hold the Blue Jays fans over to say we have a transaction. And I love it. I love transactions. I got transaction fever. We all do. If you don't have transaction fever, I got nothing for you. Is the AL East better though? Is it better? I don't think it is. The Red Sox suck. The Orioles, all they've done is sign Craig fucking Kimbrell, who is shit. $13 million for Craig Kimbrell, dude. Like, is the AL East better? I don't know. You have COVID fever. Hope you're doing all right. No, Whit Merrifield won't be coming back, man, because he's going to obviously get a little bit of an overpay. Who's going to be starting at third base? I don't fucking know, man. I don't know who plays third base for this team. Yeah, and the Yankees still have to trot out Stanton, who's dog shit. The Yankees are going to have Judge and Soto carrying this team. Do you think Ricky T is big league ready? 100%. I think Ricky T is big league ready. I'm excited to see what he does in spring training next year. Obviously, it's a massive spring training next year for him. I'm excited to see. I know we talked about this in the last podcast, man. I'm excited to see Bowden Francis, dude. Bowden Francis 1.7 ERA last year in his first full big league season, kind of. Yeah, and who's the starting pitchers for the Yankees? They gave away one of their best guys who fucking shoved. Do you remember that game last year when the Jays faced, was it Michael King? This dude struck out 15 motherfuckers last year, man. Thank God that guy's gone. I don't know who the Yankees have. Rodon's a bum. Like, Yankees fans like to call Manoah fat. Rodon's a bum. Yeah, Yankees are trotting out DJ LeMahieu as their fucking leadoff guy, dude. Yeah, I'm good, bro. Gate 14 forever. I would trade Ricky T for J-Ram. Yeah, like, I would trade Ricky T for J-Ram, Luis Robert. I am excited to see what comes next year, right? The ball got moving. Ross Atkins signed a guy. I know he was here last year. Like I said, great for this team last year. But I'm excited to see what happens next year. I guess next year, technically, because hopefully it probably won't be a transaction for another week now. Week or more. But yeah, Yankees are trotting out Rizzo. The Yankees closer, I actually don't know who that would be. I'm not sure who that is. But yeah, Manoah's got to be better next year. Kirk's got to be better. A full year of Jano, pray to God. I hope to God we get a full year of Jano next year, because God damn it, that guy rakes and hits home runs and pulls baseballs, which is something we never saw last year, unless he was obviously fucking playing. Thank you, Easton. You too. Thank you, Bob. Michael King not in the Yankees rotation makes me happy. Yeah, I agree. But listen, all we can really pray for next year is Vladdy's better. Vladdy and Kirk is better. And Yelich trade would do well. Yeah, I agree, Scott King. Everyone hated the KK move last year, and he was a massive part of this team. He was a massive, massive part of this team last year. If it wasn't for him, I doubt this team would even be a playoff team. Because then Springer would have to play center, and I guess Varsho would have to play center. It's nothing to be crazy excited about. Yeah, I've never said, Jacob, I never said this Kevin Kiermaier move is something to be excited about. It's obviously a piece of a guy that's going to be probably playing almost every single day in the outfield, who is going to be very good defensively. The Toronto Blue Jays are building a team gold glove dynasty, okay? And that's what we're going for. Fuck it. They don't want Varsho to win a gold glove in center. They're holding our boy back. And honestly, Sir Noodles, I don't even know if I'm saying that correctly. You don't have to, obviously, mathematically speaking, you can't have bounce back seasons from every single player that was dog shit last year. If Vladdy and Kirk have bounce back seasons, God knows what those dudes are up to. Kirk was a Silver Slugger winner at catcher. If those two guys have bounce back seasons, this team's in a fine spot. And Varsho's competent. Because let me get this straight. And let me get this right. Dalton Varsho was one of the worst hitters I've ever seen in my life last year. Just never was good. Never was fucking good. Ever. Playing 129 games this year. Merry Christmas, Miyonori Kawasaki. But yeah, Dalton Varsho last year was one of the worst hitters I've ever seen in my life. Merchant. We got to hope he's better. And that's obviously clear, and it starts with him. It starts with Vladdy. But anyways, man, I wanted to go live for this. I love you guys. Thank you guys for all tuning in. Let's get another fucking transaction. Let's go live again. Why not us? Love you guys, man. Gate 14 forever. Let's have ourselves a great week. Happy New Year. We'll be recording, I think, at the end of this week. And I hope we get another transaction before that. All right. Kevin Kiermaier, Toronto Blue Jay. Let's have